My name's Gary Schotten, and I own Auto Turn Manufacturing. I'm sitting here in my shop at one of my CNC, that's computer numerically controlled machines. It's basically a lathe and a mill combined so it can machine parts to match the specification of our customers' drawings. And we have about 40 some machines, or 45 machinists, and 30 some machines. We have some on night shift, and we're just moving to night shift now. So that's where we're at. Now, in the process of my previous ownership and this ownership, I've had to come to conclusion there's times that the only thing you can do is laugh. And you better learn to laugh. Because if you get all uptight, all upset, everybody else gets all upset, it isn't that you're accepting what happened, but the way you handle something will make a big difference of how people approach you and how they deal with you. And if you can't learn to laugh, you're got a problem, because there's some things that are very laughable. Some things are within your control and some things are not. Now, I've told this story in a positive way. It's not meant to cut anybody down, but on my last building expansion, it was 10,000 square feet. Most of the restrooms and all the details, electrical, was already installed in the first phase, so we're just adding on to this building. And because the building has the ground slopes away, we end up with a spot at the far end of the building. It's the original building was 100 by 100, and now we add another 100 by 100, so that's now 100 by 200 feet long. And in the far corner, we have a need for steps to go out this exit, which is a fire exit. Nobody really uses that. It's just in case there's a fire, you could get out, and that's right and proper. I have no problem with that. And it's right and proper that the building inspector in our town was just doing their job, and they insisted that we have a sign that says, since there's 3 steps back there, this is non-handicap accessible. In other words, a wheelchair cannot go down these steps. We chose to do that rather than a ramp. Again, no big deal. We just put a sign that says non-handicap accessible, so don't go out that way. But we were wanting our final occupancy permit, and we had one thing missing, one thing that we didn't have. We didn't have the sign that said non-wheelchair accessible, but we didn't have it in Braille. Now, I'm very respectful of the visually impaired people. I have no problem. I have any problem with anybody having ADA and handicap. I respect that a whole lot. But you have to laugh at this, because our building inspector was only doing what was required, but we had to have this sign in Braille. Now, you gotta laugh, because just think about it. In 9 years of ownership, I've never had, that I can remember, even one person that has come to my facility in a wheelchair. And that could happen, so no problem. We have all the facilities in 2 places, all the bathrooms, everything needed, but there'd be absolutely no reason for this person to be 600 feet by themselves on the farthest end of the building and finding themselves at that door. And you go a step further, how would they get there? They're by themselves, and if they got there, how would they just happen to reach up and read the door and feel with the Braille letters that this is where they can't go down? I just had to laugh. I couldn't get upset. I couldn't get mad. I just had to laugh. There's just some things you have to laugh at. I'll tell another one. Back in my trucking business days, this is a tale on me. I had 2 trucks. That's all I had. Both of them older, both of them not that mechanically sound, so I had to be careful with them. And sure enough, one of the trucks developed a carburetor problem. It would not start, it would not run. So I send out my second truck to pull this first truck into my yard, which was at my house, and it wasn't all packed yard, it was kind of like a yard. And sure enough, my truck that could pull was pulling the truck that had the carburetor problem, and the first truck got stuck in the mud. Not only did it get stuck in the mud, in trying to get it out, we ruined the clutch. So I only own 2 trucks. One has a bad carburetor, I can't get it started. The other one is parked, stuck in the mud with the clutch out. What am I gonna do? I just as well laugh, because crying will not help. Crying and tears out of my eyes will not help. It's a part of growing up in my business. So I just say you gotta learn to laugh. You gotta learn to laugh at situations. Never laugh at somebody, but if you can, laugh with them. If they're feeling down and you can get them cheered up and you can laugh with them, wonderful. Number one, you've got to be able to laugh at yourself. When you make a mistake, don't take it so serious. This too shall pass. This is not the end of the world. You're better off just being a little more lighthearted about it, a little bit more serious that it happened, serious that you need to fix it. Don't ever, ever embarrass your boss by laughing or look like you're laughing at them. Never say it wasn't important, but state, hey, this was critically important. And I just cannot imagine how in the world could this have happened, but it did. So look, I'm just going to laugh at it because we're going to figure out how to fix this. Learn from your mistakes. Learn how to laugh, but learn from every single mistake. There's nothing wrong with making a mistake if you learn from it. And if you can't learn from it and you're afraid of making a mistake, you're not going to go that far in life. And you know, there's another side note that if you can't laugh and learn to laugh and laugh at yourself and laugh with others, people are going to start to avoid you. They're not going to want to hang around you. They're going to be on eggshells, uncertain of your mood for the day. They're going to be uncertain how you're going to react to situations. Again, I'm not talking about being the class clown. I'm not talking about laughing about everything, but there's a time to laugh. There's a time to not be so serious. I hope this helps you. I hope in the process of your business development, I hope you have challenges. I hope you have difficulties, because when you have those challenges and difficulties, that's when you're going to learn the most. And I just wish you the very best in your business endeavors.